Today we'll start from line number 196, Miranda's speech. Would I might but ever see that man? Would I might means she wishes to Miranda. She does have a great desire to do what? To see that man. Which man mentioned here is which man is mentioned here? That means that person who helped Prospero in escaping the danger, in escaping the threat of his brother Antonio. Yes, obviously the person is Gonzalo. Prospero, now I arise. Now I arise. Prospero resumes his mantle, means the garment. Yes. Sit still and hear the last of our sea sorrow. Here, sea sorrow signifies the venture, pain, and suffering of what? Of that night. Of that night. When they ventured and had a voyage. So that night, while crossing the sea, they had to surpass, they had to witness different types of problems. They overcome all those things, and he is going to talk about all those sorrowful as well as adventurous event. Next. Here in this island we arrived. So the passage to the island was not an easy one. They had to withstand several problems, overcome several hurdles in order to reach this island. Though the island is not the desirable place for neither Prospero nor Miranda, but they had to. And here have I, thy schoolmaster. Here, schoolmaster stands for teacher as well as caretaker. Made you more profit than other princes. More profit means more intelligent, as well as inwardly rich than other princes can. That means other princes are taught by the teachers, but here Miranda, the princess, is taught by her own father. So as a result of that, what is experienced by Miranda, real teaching, she learned the real incidents as well as the real life teaching was done. So her learning was obviously far better than that of other princes that have more time for vainer hours. That have means other princes have more time for vainer hours. Vainer hours means to waste time. Whether the other princesses, what they do, they just waste time. And tutors not so careful. Neither the teachers are so careful towards them. But here the case is totally different in case of Miranda. Heavens thank you for it. That means you will be thanked by God for it. For it means for raising her up. For raising her up. And now I pray you, sir. Now I request you, sir. For still it is beating in my mind. It is beating in my mind. It is just forcing her to make a question. So beating in my mind means forcing her to raise questions. Your reasons for raising the sea storm. What were the reason to raise such kind of storm? So obviously this is a question This question is obvious to be asked. Why? Because being so little, hardly 16 or 17, she must have that kind of notion about this terrible storm. Till now she has learnt about her past, her childhood and everything. But till it is not clear in her mind, in her little mind, that why did her father raise such kind of storm. More than that, she did not know what would be the upcoming events. So she wanted to get sure about that. Here one thing we can understand, that there was no drawbacks in raising Miranda up. She was a princess, not living in the palace. Her father did not fail to arrange anything that should be arranged for a princess. Everything he did for her little child, for his little child. Your reason for raising this sea storm, your reasons for raising this sea storm or tempest. So questions after questions, so as we have answers after answer. No thus far forth. So let me tell you few more words. By accident most strange, bountiful fortune. Now my dear lady, hath mine enemies brought to this shore. Now my dear lady stands for here Miranda. No thus far forth, by accident most strange. This is really a strange accident. Bountiful fortune, kind fortune. Now my dear lady hath mine enemies brought to this shore. So with the help of fortune, what he has done, he has brought his enemies to this very island. So today our lesson stops here at 210. But what is the summary of this one? That is very striking, but now it has become almost simple and colloquial, since from the beginning of these scenes we are just understanding this very past of this Prospero and Miranda. There is no break in this chain, there is no systematic differentiation in those speeches delivered by Prospero in the earlier part of this scene. So near around same, from the beginning till this part, they almost same thing, just recapitulation or recalling of the past and the same events, that he got exiled, and in several ways the reasons are given and what are the after effects of his exile are given. So go through this thing. If you find difficulty in understanding any of these lines, kindly let me know. Thank you.